So about 18 months ago, I bought a ZPacks Duplex tent. And I think it was really one of the best bits of camping gear, hiking gear I've ever spent money on. It's not cheap, but I think if you really want to lose some weight out of your pack, and also have something really easy to put together and put up, I think it's a really great piece of kit. So I brought it out with me today, and we're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm going to stick it up, and if my Mavic Pro is cooperating, I'll try and get a bit of aerial footage of it as well, and put some cinematic music behind it or something like that. But I really love it, so I just thought I'd share it with you, let you guys have a look. So let's take a look at the ZPacks Duplex. This is a ZPacks Duplex tent. Now, mine's about 18 months old, so there might have been something that's come out in the market since, but I think this is still the lightest fully enclosed tent that you can get. I know you can get kind of tarp systems which are a bit lighter, but I think for a fully enclosed mesh inner, this is the lightest tent that you can get on the market. It's made of Cuben fiber. I got the slightly heavier version of the Cuben fiber, the 0.74. I think the standard is the 0.52. And I got it in the camo design. So it affords a little bit more darkness inside, a little bit more privacy. It's still fairly transparent, but it's absolutely brilliant. I love it. I've camped out a fair few nights in it now, and it's always worked an absolute treat. Now, it's not freestanding. You have to use poles. I use the carbon fiber, which ones are these? The FLZs, I think. They're the adjustable ones. And that adds about 350 grams to the whole setup. And I've got about 50 grams or 80 grams worth of pegs that go along with this. I need 6 to 8 pegs. So the whole thing's about 1 kilo when we kind of put this lot and that lot in there. But it's still, I mean, I'd be carrying these anyway. So it's no biggie there. And it's an absolutely epic little piece of kit. The thing I really, really love about this, outside of the weight, is the fact that for me, this is the simplest tent in the world to set up. I mean, you can literally set it up in 2 or 3 minutes once you had a few goes at it. The one thing I would say is when you get it, it's not in a pitch ready state when you get it. You've got to add the lines to it. And there's a little bit of setting up, and also the thing I would advise is buying the mini line locks. I put the mini line locks on mine, and that really, really helps when you're trying to pitch it. So all in all, you want to have a couple of goes at it in the garden or wherever. Make sure you've got the line locks ready, make sure you've got your lines all sorted before you go out to the wild and do it last thing at night when it's raining in a kind of foggy valley, which is exactly what I did when I got mine, because it sort of arrived the day before I was due to leave. So that would be my only piece of advice. So let's have a go at sticking it down, and I'll show you what it looks like. So what I tend to do with my Duplex is I unroll it, and then I try and find the 2 tent ends and work out where the center point's going to be, like that. Lay it down, grab it by 2 corners, and then lay it down like that. And then what I tend to do first is peg out the 4 corners kind of roughly. I carry around 2 different sets of stakes when I do this. So I have the kind of shepherd stakes if the ground's a little bit tougher, and I also have these, the kind of V-shaped stakes if the ground's a little bit softer. Because they don't weigh much, I always keep both sets on me. Let's see what sort of ground we've got today. Super hard, that'll do. So take each corner, kind of peg them out loosely. It doesn't really matter at this point because you're going to stick the trekking poles in, and you're kind of going to go around a couple of times and adjust it. And it doesn't have to be completely accurate first time round. and just leave yourself a little bit of room to recognize the fact that when you put the trekking poles in, you're going to lift the tent up, so don't make it too taut. But you should be okay. Like that, should get a nice little square look and feel from it. Okay. And then on each side, what I tend to do is I tend to put the sharp bit down and the fuzzy bit up. So if I just slip that in there and just put that out there, and then take the front like that, and just put one in. And again, it doesn't matter at the moment, just get it in there for guide purposes. You're going to go around and adjust it anyway. And then the same thing on the other side. I think the front guide has come out. It's okay. I'll go back around and do that in a second. Oh no, it hasn't come out. Okay. Okay. So then just adjust it a little bit. I'd normally, if I was camping out, I'd normally have it a bit tighter than this, so that when the wind comes, it's a bit stronger. It's also pitched quite high. The trekking poles are quite high in this configuration, so if it's a rainy night, you might want to have your trekking poles down a little bit further. Whoops. Oh, it's a mutiny. There we go. And I tend to find that when I'm going around, I'm re-pegging a little bit just to get the angles good. And then just pull the doors to, and the line locks to, and just tighten up those doors a bit. And for me, that's pretty good. You do have a couple of these pull-outs at the side, just to make sure you've got a bit more space inside the tent. I mean, the way these work best is if you've got like a stick under them, but they still work all right just pegging them out. And it just keeps things off your head when you're in there. So we're going to go in. Yeah, that'll do for now. That wouldn't be secure if we were pitching for the night, but it's okay. Oh, I've got two in my hand. There we go. And just pull that out like that. Fantastic. Very nice. Feels very solid. Even on a weak pitch like this, it feels super solid. And then you can just roll the doors up. And you have got yourself somewhere comfy to sleep for the night. I've never had any problems with rain in this. If you're expecting rain, then you can just lower the poles a little bit and pitch it so it's a little bit lower. If you're in somewhere, like I've been in a couple of valleys, kind of high sides on either side in the mountains, and you kind of get a lot of moisture trapped in the evening, you can open both sides and keep things very ventilated, as we're doing here. But it's a super nice tent. Tons of space inside. I mean, for the weight that you've got, everybody in your party could carry one, keep their pack inside at night. It's all good. It's all fantastic. It's all possible. And some nice vestibules, if it's raining and you need to make yourself a coffee or something like that. There's good space in the vestibules. If you're sort of getting 2 people, I mean, at a push, if you pitched it lower and it was a bit of an emergency, you could get 3 people in it. But you'd have to know each other really well, I suspect. But 2 adults and a child would probably go all right. There we go. Look at that. So again, it's quite a high pitch, but it looks nice, eh? Just straighten that up a little bit. There we go. Loosen that up a little bit. Take that a little bit further away. And then just... There we go. But, super nice and solid. I love this tent. I think it's a fantastic piece of kit. Highly recommended. So these are the line locks you get on the top. This is what I've used to hold the door together. And this is the mechanism for keeping the doors pinned shut. They're a little bit fiddly on mine. These are the mini line locks. The shepherd hooks. Yeah. These are the door clasps, keeping the door open. Tons and tons of space. You can see here the sort of transparency I was talking about. Thanks for your support today. Thanks for watching the video. If you feel like it, you could like and subscribe. That would be great. I think through the magic of post-production, another couple of videos are going to pop up right about here anytime now. And I wish you the best. I hope you get out camping, hiking soon. And I'll see you next time. Bye!